2NURFM News for our sponsor Terrace Boating Heatherbrae, the new home of Whitley Boats.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon, I'm Georgia Lupton with 2NURFM Hunter News. Concerns have been raised about the state gambling in Newcastle following a new report released by the New South Wales Independent Liquor and Gaming Authority. Despite a decrease in the number of electronic gaming machines, there has been a 2.7% increase in annual turnover from the machines in the last financial year. Chairperson of the Newcastle Community Drug Action Team, Tony Brown, says there are a number of measures that can be put in place to reduce gambling harms.
There are clear, simple measures. We can significantly reduce the harms. For example, reducing minimum bets down to $10 instead of $100 notes. But ultimately is a political decision, and what we've got to put is the welfare and the safety of ordinary people and ordinary families ahead of the insatiable appetite of the gambling industry to rip the most vulnerable people off.
The Worimi Aboriginal Land Council is experiencing a change in fortunes which will see the once troubled Muruk Cultural Centre at Port Stephens receive a multi-million-dollar redevelopment. The redevelopment will see a number of improvements be made to the site, including the construction of a new administration building, cafe and wedding centre. It is expected the work will be completed by 2019. A rural to residential transformation in Lochinvar of 5,000 new homes has led to Hunter Water investing $15 million in water and sewage infrastructure. The project is providing pumping stations along the New England Highway and a 3-kilometre water main from Winders Lane to St Helena's Close. Nick Kaiser from Hunter Water says $205 million will be invested into the region over the next decade.
In terms of the Maitland area, it includes an $18 million upgrade of the Morpeth wastewater treatment plant, which is going to allow it to treat hundreds of more litres of sewage every second. It's also going to provide the capacity for the new Lower Hunter Hospital to be built at Medford.
The Port Stephens koala population is believed to be stable after the annual koala count conducted by Council suggested there is no evidence of a decline. During the 2-week census conducted by Council and residents with the help of a new smartphone app, more than 30 koalas were spotted in the area in 12 different locations. Port Stephens Council says the addition of the smartphone app has allowed for more reliable and up-to-date information to be recorded. The resignation of former State Emergency Services Hunter Controller Amanda Williamson has prompted praise from the head of the SES. Miss Williamson, who was in the role for a year, resigned last week amid criticism of her management style. Acting Commissioner for the New South Wales SES, Greg Newton, says Williamson has not only worked hard to improve the Hunters SES units, but also the culture within.
Even in some of the correspondence I've received from units in the last few days, they've expressed a desire to keep on building on some of the things that she has done in the Hunter, such as just making sure that their members are empowered to speak up when they think things aren't quite right, to share their views.
11 cruise ships are set to arrive in the port of Newcastle starting today with the arrival of the Pacific Dawn. The cruise season, which runs until May next year, will see the arrival of approximately 18,000 tourists. Port of Newcastle CEO Jeff Crow says Newcastle is becoming an attractive destination for tourists.
We've had a pretty constant, steady flow of vessels visiting Newcastle of around about that 11 number. It goes up and down a little bit depending on the shipping lines and the vessel mix, but I think Newcastle is becoming an attractive destination with a lot of options for people to do land tours when they get onto land.
In finance, the All Ords is up 21 points at 53.27 and $1 Australian dollar is buying 71.66 US cents.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club.
The Newcastle Jets are yet to lose a game away from home this season following yesterday's draw with Adelaide United. Jets coach Scott Miller wants the side to bring the resilient displays back home to their home ground.
Undefeated on the road, so that gives us a good idea where we're at. And the focus away from home now has to be reflected at the Hunter Stadium.
Still with football, and the Newcastle Jets women have had a 1-1 draw with Adelaide in their W League clash. Tara Andrews was the goal scorer, equalising for the side in the 84th minute. The Hunter Hurricanes men's side have gone down to the Drummoyne Devils in the first round of the National Water Polo League season. The side played 2 games across Saturday and Sunday, losing by 5 goals on each occasion. And in sailing, Leg Macquarie pair Nathan Outeridge and Ian Jensen have won a silver medal at the 49er World Championships in Argentina. 2NURFM News Time is 2:05.